Previously on The Blast, forget about us, it was the Alex and Beth show.
The player of the WBBL 05 final with an unbeaten 56. She was also the player of the WBBL 04.
I think that's enough, Belle.
Move over Tiger King, we found Tiger Mum.
Have been putting her on a strict training regime. The double role it's advancing at the moment. I mean, there's been a couple of days of regression, but I think progress is on average on the way up.
And we take the advice of Wolfie and Soph.
What do you reckon? I reckon Erin Burns will be up to some interesting stuff in isolation. I reckon she'll be doing a bit of baking and stuff like that.
Yeah, bagels.
Yeah, bagels.
Nice bagel.
Bagels?
Yeah, loves a nice bagel.
Yes, loves a good bagel, according to her Aussie teammates. And Erin Burns joins us today. Ezra, let's get straight to it. What are we talking? Talking toasted, fresh, plain, salt, cinnamon, sesame seed, poppy seed, every seed?
All of the seeds, but in particular, I am a bit of a fiend for pumpkin smoked cheddar. That's my signature Burns bagel at the moment. I've probably been tweaking it and over the past, I'm going to say about 18 months or so, but I'm pretty sure I've nailed it now. And for those that do like a sweet bagel, I do tend to whip up a bit of a batch of blueberry just to appease the masses. But the signature is the Burns smoked cheddar and pumpkin.
Well, we know you love your cooking and your baking, and you are very good. I can personally attest to that. What more have you been doing in the kitchen during isolation?
I do like anything bread related is something that I do like to have a bit of a crack at. I had a bit of a go at making pastries, something up earlier, bit of homemade sauce roll, and I think it's okay to bring back the 90s nostalgia with the sausage roll during isolation.
What about you, MJ? Have you been doing any baking?
Well, I don't want to bring it in now because I've completely underestimated Erin Burns because I thought bagels, sure, she's just dabbled in this flat and awful. So I was going to then in my sourdough attempt.
Oh, wow. That dusting of flour is wow.
But now I'm just thinking that's rather naff in comparison to what Burnsy's done over the last couple of weeks.
Funny, because I've been up since 5 a.m. this morning and I actually made these beautiful Anzac biscuits.
That must be batch 24 if you've been up since 5 a.m.
No, not at all. First batch.
First batch.
Great. Super chewy. Delicious.
Yeah, chewy Anzac biscuits is where it's at. You got to go chewy.
What do you reckon, Burnsy, out of these cookies and Mel's sourdough?
I must say, sourdough gets me right in the heartstrings, so I think I'm going to go with Mel. Sorry, mates.
This is the last time we'll have you on this show. Okay, listen, guys, enough of the small talk. I've got to be honest with you. We didn't really bring you here. Well, we brought you here to have a bit of a chat about the World Cup and a bit of isolation stuff, but we've actually got an agenda. We brought you today to be part of a brand new segment on the show that we like to call
Who Wants to Be the Blast Correspondent?
Well, Mel and I have been talking, okay, and we want the Blast to be bigger and better this year, and we need some more hands on deck. So basically, we want someone to ask the hard questions, gather some intel, break some stories. We want to give you an on-the-spot audition. So, I mean, you look the part. Are you ready for this?
Yeah, look, I'm ready to give it a crack. Absolutely.
All right. Mel, take it away.
Okay, Burnsy, first and foremost, in this world of media, context is everything. So it can't just be about your Sydney Sixers bunch. You need to have moles everywhere in every WBBL club. So what I want to know from you is what can you do for us? What can you do for the Blast? So in your best elevator pitch,
yes,
tell us your hard-hitting approach.
Well, in terms of like having moles everywhere, as you said, I'd like to think that I'm someone who's got a few connections around across various different teams. Just recently, in the last 12 months, I was a part of the Aussie team that toured over in the UK when the Aussie girls were over there playing their Ashes series, and being pretty much the only person over 25, I was designated driver for the entire thing. And look, as an Uber/taxi driver, you hear some things, you hear some things, and you hear some things that can't be unheard. Yeah, I think I've got myself a bit of street cred with the kids.
I mean, Mel, that sounds pretty good to us.
Well, so far so good.
Okay, access contacts is one thing. It's a tough gig being a roving reporter. All right. And sometimes you've got to react to situations. You've got to react quickly. Okay. You've got to work on the fly. So I'm going to give you a couple of scenarios to see how you'd handle them.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah.
And here we go. It's the first game of WBBL 06. All right. It's North Sydney Oval, Sixers v Renegades. The match comes down to the final ball. So if Molyneux hits the winning runs after bowling you out earlier in the innings, you've got to interview her. What's your first question?
Well, I'd say I would like to quote one of our dear friends, because we both know that cricket is a bit of a fickle game and anything can happen on any one day. And I know one of our nearest and dearest once said, "You're hot, then you're cold. You're yes, then you know. Some days you're in and then you're out, and then you're up and you're down. And today, so you're bloody up."
Oh, that is so good. Keeping it light, deflection, bringing in a bit of history. That's brilliant.
Yeah.
Very good. Okay. Let's make it a little bit harder now, because sometimes it's not easy interviewing people. They don't give you anything. Okay. And your job is to get something out of them. So this next scenario, you ready? Think of Mel as a WBBL debutante. She's never done media and she's just scored 100. Go.
Well, Mel, the emotions must be getting the best of you. It's an incredibly momentous occasion. Your first day out here on the big stage, and you know it's hard to control all those emotions when your eyes dart back and forth. A fresh-faced debutante like yourself, it must be amazing to play with some of the caliber players that you're with, and obviously that's only elevated you up to that next level. What do you think?
I think I'm happy.
Well, that's fantastic. I think we're all happy here for you. To go on with my song theme, I think it's remiss of me to say the wise words of the lyrical poet that is Ronan Keating, and says, "You say it best, Mel, when you say nothing."
That is good. That is good.
I think both Megan and I are going to steal a couple of your lines now for next time.
I've been listening to a lot of Spotify 90s playlists, so yeah, I'm really kind of got a few little corny flashbacks, bit of Westlife in there, you know.
Honestly, this is going really well. Okay. I've got to say though, Burnsy, and this might come as a shock, this job, okay, it's not glamorous. People think it is, it's not. Sometimes you've got to brave some really challenging conditions. I'm talking rain, I'm talking lightning, sweltering heat, freezing cold temperatures, and all of a sudden, okay, you're not a sports journo, you're a weather reporter.
Okay, sure.
So picture this, ready?
Yes.
You're at the SCG, it's just started bucketing down. The covers have gone on, the umpires, they're not giving you anything, okay? You've got to tell the viewers what's going on around you. Go.
Welcome back to Fox Sports. Erin Burns, your correspondent here. Well, obviously the rain has been coming down for the last hour or so. There's some significant moisture upon the pitch. The frizz factor is out. Those that don't have a hat on are really suffering at this point in time. I see there's a tarpaulin put out to the side. All you need is a little BYO detergent and you've got yourself a nice little slip and slide. Everyone's staying a bit tight-lipped here though at the moment. We're just watching the rain come down, and you know, anything can happen here at the SCG. We've seen plenty of games that should have been called off, a la semi-final World Cup, Australia versus South Africa, but these people are magicians on the turf. So if anyone can get us on, it's these guys.
And Erin, can you calculate the Duckworth-Lewis method for us? What are we looking at in terms of overs at this stage?
Yeah, look, Duckworth-Lewis is a fairly simple equation, and for those that don't understand, you just simply halve the previous team's run rate, times it by 5. Whatever the millimetres that have actually fallen that day, you then take a percentage of that, usually 23%. You then times that by the amount of humidity in the air, and then the predicted precipitation for the rest of the day, and then that gives you a simple equation of the run rate required.
Bravo. Absolutely brilliant. I mean,
I actually don't know how to calculate that.
When can you start? Because I mean, obviously Mel and I need to talk. over a long lunch at some point. But I mean, I don't know about you, Mel, but
Look,
I think we've got our class correspondent.
Look, I'd be pretty keen to jump on board, that's for sure.
You're in. We're sold.
Were you happy with our choice? Could you do better? Well, DM us at The Blast and we'll be in touch.
I think we'll get off that, and I'm going to switch roles here because let's get into some hard-hitting questions from my side of it. And you've got to give me a little bit more than what I've given you.
Right.
I've got so many fantastic memories from the World Cup. One of them was, we've spoken about this with the other players too, seeing you just nailing the stage with Katy Perry. And then I think to myself, your journey in the World Cup was so different from every other player because injury, didn't play a game at all. Yet every time I saw you at grounds and games, you were just always up and about. How do you, as a player, keep that kind of energy around a team when obviously you're facing some pretty frustrating times?
Yeah, obviously frustrating due to injury. Probably not ideal timing to get knee surgery, and then a few bits and pieces, like as a bit of a flow-on effect from that, just precluded me from being able to put myself up in that starting 11. But I was just trying to enjoy every moment of it, to be honest. Like, you don't get a home World Cup, and there are some things that are just taken out of your hands. So injury is one of those things that, you know, I think it can go one of the two ways. You can either sit there and think, oh, you know, feel pretty sorry for yourself, or just try and make the most of what you got. And playing in the World Cup wasn't anything that I thought was on the cards for me. So to be there and just be in the 15 was absolutely incredible. And, you know, to be running waters with some of your best mates, and there was some pretty good banter kind of happening on the sidelines there with Mol and Pez there for quite a while. So, yeah, no, it was just a fantastic experience, and how good to top it off with the win, and then obviously the flow on celebrations with Katy Perry there was it was unbelievable. I just think this, what wouldn't you be smiling about, really?
There was a lot of talk in and around the Australian team about leadership, and we speak about Meg Lanning and Rachel Haynes so many times. You were on the sidelines. You were sitting in and around Matthew Mott for quite a bit of this time. Just talk us through the coach of the Australian women's cricket team and what he brought to the group.
Yeah, look, Motti's a fantastic guy. I think he's someone who has the respect of every single player, obviously in the team, and then the cohesiveness of the support staff. I think the great thing that Motti does is that he brings in those people that support him and can complement different areas of the game that perhaps he doesn't have the greatest expertise. So to have Shelley Nitschke there and Benny Sawyer and even our analyst Sunny Keller, the rest of the support staff are absolutely incredible. And Motti, as I said, he's a super approachable guy. He's really, really supportive. I think you can tell that all he wants is the best for you as an individual and for the team, and you can tell how much that World Cup meant to him. So and not only him, obviously, you know, the team and the rest of the support staff, but it was something that, you know, you could tell he'd been thinking about for quite some time, and to pull it off at the end of the day, it was something pretty special.
Hey, thanks so much for coming on today. We'll be in touch. You know we will.
Thank you, appreciate it. You know where to find me. I'll get a different button up on next time.
No, it's perfect. We love it. You're way more professional than us, hey?
I try with my books off in the background there in the private library.
Hey, I know you've got a good tip for us for who we should chat to next.
Yeah, look, I think it'd be very remiss of me not to throw another Renegade's name, but Josie Jewell has been doing some incredible things up in her palace on the Brisbane River up there. So I genuinely think that she'd be fantastic to talk to. The World Isolation Games, if you haven't tuned in, is in full swing, and there's been medals galore. Some heartbreaks, some triumphs. It's been absolutely amazing. My favourite so far has been the modern pentathlon.
Yeah, I think that's a good tip, hey? I think we're going to get in touch with her, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, Burnsy, love your work.
Thanks, Barn.
Just have a glass of water and calm down a little bit after such an intense conversation with us.
Yeah, no, thank you. I do feel like the pressure's now off. I can probably just let the top button undone and just breathe a sigh of relief. And look, I look forward to hearing the constructive criticism and perhaps working with you gals in the future.
We'll send you an email.
Perfect. Yeah. Thank you.
Love your work, guys. See you soon. Bye, Burnsy.
See ya.